Hello, Divine Sunshiners. Stay uplifted, stay motivated, stay ascended. Namaste, Namago. Hello, this is Divine Sunshine coming to you with your emotional check-in, because I heard the song being played and that I have in the intro, and then I was like, okay, it is time to do emotional check-in for us to do for this weekend. So let's look and see and check in and see what's going on with the emotions at this point. Is it missing some more? Yeah. Okay, as long as it don't go to the book. Clear. So I always say when I'm ready to get nosy, that is the time for me to check in. When I'm nosy, like I want to know what's going on. So what's going on with the divine feminine energies? Remember, that's for the divine feminine as a male or a female. Yes. And what's going on with the divine masculine energies? The divine masculine energies, male or female. Whoa, we got a story. Wow. Okay. In our emotions inside of us, we're exhausted. We're fatigued. I just told the DM that. Exhausted. We have been working. This looks like an eye. We're looking for a new sunrise to happen, but it seems like to me, it's like this is the pupil. We keeping the eye on the prize. I know friends sent me some things about the pupil and how really the pupil is like really beyond. And how it really symbolizes a lot, like the center of the universe and things of that nature. That she had did that, but it interesting is like the eye. After being in the eye of the storm, the eye of emotions, the eyes of things that have been occurring and happening to us. Let me let this rock this up a little bit. Okay, has been happening to us. We've gotten to the point. We've gotten it to the point that our eyes may be retired, may be bloodshot, hard to keep them open too as well. And so really keeping your eyes on the prize, keeping your eyes focused as to where you're going emotionally. That's where we are right now. When it comes to the divine masculine energies, we have love, romantic. So the divine masculine energies within us is ready to really like go. Let's go. Let's take some actions. I'm really ready for this intimacy, this passion. You talk about it's hard for you to see the in your emotions. It's hard for you to keep your eyes open. And in the DM energy, it's like, yeah, I'm watching the sunset. I'm keeping my eyes on it. That's what's keeping me motivated to say I want this coming together. As far as this looks like, this is in my actions. Okay, this is really coming together as one. Really, the divine masculine energies is feeling peaceful, feeling serene. It's like, okay, he feels again that, like the divine feminine energies, it's like it's gained the knowledge, has gained some understanding to be able to say, okay, you know what, that sail, that boat, that sail has set. Okay, it's over with. So now I'm sitting. And now I'm looking again. This is about these sunrises, sunrise and sunset. I always think about that. I didn't know that, especially when it's talking about Dad and his passing and stuff. And, they were saying that instead of saying birth and death, they would say sunrise, sunset. Looking at things, and then we take that as far as even in life. When is sunset, sunrise, coming on these new beginnings, these new births, and then at the end of it, sunset, where it's over, it's a death. So again, peaceful about these ending. Hey, that sail has now set. So him emotionally, the divine masculine energies understands that again, the divine feminine energies has came to that understanding of knowing that, hey, that set is over with. It's not, we can't be crying over spilled milk. So that again here we got the sun is just really the sun card. The sun is really the big one. I know in the regular traditional tarot is like really it's like everything underneath the sun. Like you just have access to that. That's your abundance and understanding. And so really feeling happy and blissful that like, hey, some things are coming to the end. Could be like karmic situations, karmic cycles. Those things are like that. And so it's blissful, joyful, and content. So right now where it is just really feeling content about right where they are. They say contented with the skin that they're actually in. Okay, so right now they're finding creative ways to start this new beginning that Source is now giving in our actions. In our actions, the divine masculine energies. It's like saying, okay, now what's some new things that I could be doing? Some new projects, some things like I am the what's the song? It's a spiritual song. I am the God is the sculptor and I am the clay. So how are we allowing for Source to now take that energies and now create us into something new? Like you said, it's a song I remember I had danced to when I was in high school, and it would say, use me, Lord, to show someone the way and enable me to say my storage is empty and I am available to you. So now, to use me the way you want to. You gave me my eyes, my hands, my voice, my eyes. You could do with them as you please. Okay, so now that is where we are here. You're allowing Source. But at the same time, that's interesting. We got all these beautiful cards, and it's interesting. We kind of like at the top of the mountain, it's like, yes. And now we kind of got to remember we got to come back down on the other side and say, I'm coming up on the rough side of the mountain. Now we're coming down. So that's the peak. We building all this motivation to get us at the top here to where we are. And now it's like, now we're on the other side. What was I doing? Something was talking about it, bringing up and then bringing down. I was fire. And it was talking about it. We was doing with the kids. That's why I like doing it, because sometimes it gives me even material even to talk to you. And it was talking about the fire, like in the daytime when we talk about the forest fires in California, how it needs the moisture, it needs the moisture, wetness, or rain or water represents spirituality for us. So you got this forest fires, things around us is pretty much kind of burning up. We say with COVID, some people like the resources just look like it's being burnt, it's being used up. By the time you get to it, it's like, oh my God, it's going up. Everything seems like it's proverbially going up in flames at this time. So now we're looking at how can we stop that? And so they were talking about how when they're putting out fires, that is really good as a resource that in the morning time is very hard to do that, because again, that it is not enough humidity. So there's not enough spirituality that's going on in morning time, because again, there's a lot of heat already in there. So again, you're doing things, you're already underneath the gun. There's a lot of things in the world that's going on, that's being shed light on, that you got to fix it. When you look at it from your 3D eyes, it's like, this is going up in flames, and this is going up in flames, this is going up in flames. Sound like Oprah. And so now they say at nighttime is the time that the firefighters really like it, because again, it's that humidity is let go, because the humidity is set off at that time. So that's again spiritual. So again, us going through these things, you talk the dark night. Dark night is really, according, if you use that as an analogy, is where really more spirituality is more manifested, where it can really help to put out those fires, those things throughout the day that you said. And so that's why a lot of times when you go at night, you go to sleep, Spirit said, I can work with you better. When you're in the day, you got all these distractions, all these little mini fires that you believe that you got to put out. And so this is what's causing it to be a thing, it's a battle as far as now here. Let's talk about this is the daytime. This is what's going on here. Now we're going into the dark, into the shadow that's showing me here, which is you have the grief here for the divine masculine energies here, sorrowful, heartbroken, bereaved. And so in dealing with that, it's like, okay, we talked about death, especially with this happiness and the things and the peacefulness, the things that sell, sunrise, sunset. Now let's look and see about as far as we're grieving some things that we thought that we was going to happen, especially for the divine masculine energies. We hear everybody saying they're going through the dark night of the soul, that energy. So that means in our actions, there's some things that we thought that we were connected to, that was like we thought it was going to manifest like this out in the 3D world, which is outwardly. And we've got to start kind of grieving that, hey, things that we thought it was going to happen a certain way or it was going to manifest a certain way is not going to actually happen. Okay, not in that way, because Source says that doesn't align up with where they see you going or where you want. So now it's some things that now we see here, you're blaming, well, maybe I could have did this better. Maybe I should have did this a little differently when I'm thinking about my divine counterpart, or maybe in this third party energies, or this lessons that I'm learning as well, that life has given me to help me to understand and get me on the path and get me on the way as a dojo energy as well. And so some of us, because of that, it leads us into the unknown. To me, when I see this force, it's like, it's dark in there, I don't want to go in there. And so now you're afraid. You're now really up with the Aries energies, and this moon that they're talking about, it was just very emotional, everybody was saying, is really causing you to really look at yourself and say, okay, now I grieve. Death is here. Okay, I think about Marlon Brando, he said death came upon me, misery, the messenger of misery has visited my home. So, okay, we know that again, the ending is already, the messenger of misery has already told us, listen here, you got to let things go. You felt guilty about some things that you might have done differently. Yes, maybe so. You should maybe also sit down and look and see what was your part, what was their part. A lot of times we easily can tell about what's their part, but we're not looking at what's our part in things. So now it's least your part is the afraid, the unknown. Now what? What's the next thing I do? If I go into this situation, or this new situation, I'm looking at it that it's going to be filled with lions, tigers, and bears. Oh my. So now, when you get to that point here, you get desperate. You're holding on to the ends of the rope, but you see here it's already destined to break. Okay, you're frantic, you're out of control and in need. Because again, in our DM energies, is because we don't know. We're going into the place of unknown. And of course, what is people's nature to do that? It's like you're going to start either go with the devil that you know, you're going to start grappling, trying to grab at anything. I think about on Dances with Stars, and the young lady, she was, what's her name? Something Jackson. I forgot what her first name is. Anyway, so she was dancing. She went to do a move, the high kick of the leg over, and she felt herself falling. And what did she grab? She grabbed the man's hair. Her dance partner hair. And she grabbed it so she wouldn't go down. That's the same thing. When you go down here, you grabbing for any damn thing to say, I don't want to go down. So some of you all is grabbing at anything. This is the last thing. The last thing when we talk about even the karma, not the karma, I'm not saying that. The lessons, these hard lessons that we're learning, these third party situations, is like it's time to let go, and you're trying to find any kind of excuse to go on ahead and to do it. That's the same thing like with me with the college thing. With me, I telling myself, and I was like, you know what? At this point, just let it go. You don't see your next move, and it's not really actually clear. I was trying to say, well, I'll take a leave of absence. I was trying to say, let me just drop this class, let me think. So the university came back to me and said, nope, we ain't accepting to drop it. It's been denied. I was like, okay, well, how about I take it this way? Nope, not accepted. It's been denied. I said, okay, you know what? And I had said earlier, I said, if this certain course comes up, then I know it's a sign to let it go. The course came up, what I'm doing, I'm still scrapping and trying to find out, well, let me just stay in here. Maybe I might could be able to do it. Then mom seen me. She's like, your spirit ain't right. You don't want to keep on going on this. Just let it go. So now I'm like, okay, forget it. So now I had to kind of search myself to see about, what is it that I want? Is there something that I really feel I could take this degree and really help out in the world? Or am I just getting it for because of ego and how other people are going to look at me? Okay, I got enough degrees. And I just found out yesterday from calling. I look like I got another 3rd degree. And I was wondering, no one they was actually telling me I was ready for graduation ceremonies. And I was like, what the heck? So I got an MS in psychology. I was like, what is this? So my thing is, I thought it was for something else. So some kind of way the university was turned around and made it to that. So now I got 3 master's degrees. I forgot to tell mine. So it looked like I got 3 now because I didn't finish the other one. So anyway, so I'm adequate right now in some kind of other ways on some other things. So that's right now where I'm at. It's like right now I'm going against my own philosophy, which is don't move until I see it. If I can't see the next move, it starts time for me to stop. And so that's it. I'm just telling you how you just desperate to grab when the universe is telling you no. It's not time for you to have that. Look at how it's feeling. Look at how it's physically making you sick thinking about doing this thing. Just let it go. It might be a no for now. Maybe later on you might pick up. But right now it's a no. Okay? So learning how to be, this card next, to be compassionate. I have to learn how to be compassionate with myself to say, okay, it said no. Hey, we got enough right now. Let's just show compassion. You're tired. You're like, in my divine feminine energies right now, I am exhausted. Okay? And then everything else, and all in me, my inner child and everything is saying, take a break. Take a break till you actually see it. So you have to be compassionate. You have to be empathetic and caring and sympathetic right now in our divine masculine energies. That means in our actions. What are we doing? That energy that we throwing outside of ourselves. What is it? In our divine feminine energies within, we're exhausted. But we're saying in our actions, hey, we still for team love. We still understand that it's an ending coming. The things that we know, that we thought about outwardly in our 3D world, we got to let go. The things that we've been doing out there in our 3D world and what we're doing, we got to let it go. Okay, we understand that. And so now we know we got to be super creative to create this new start. This is where we are. So now point of us, some of us saying, I got to do it now. I got to grieve. That's the same thing. That's all I had to do with school. I got to grieve because I was like, I really wanted to. But it's just not coming in. I can't get my heart and my mind aligned on this right now. And so that's the same thing it is with that. So you got to be compassionate about it. Let's get some advice from our archangels, our love angels, to tell us what do we actually need to do. What is the next thing that we actually need to do? What do we need to do in this situation? Clear. Thank you. What does the divine feminine energies need to do? What do we need to do? So right now the angels is telling us to keep an open mind. Keep an open mind. Keep an open mind. Also getting to know each other. Get to know your divine feminine and your divine masculine energies right now. That it ain't no time for you outwardly to get to know nobody else. You don't need to know about no Sally Sue or Etta Mae or whoever else is out there, or Keisha or LeBron or whatever like that, or David or whatever like that, or Tim. Your thing is right now, they saying inwardly they want you to keep an open mind. Understanding that, I won't even say soulmates, and they talk about soulmates different. And that's sure if you got in a relationship and you're talking about that. But let's talk about, this is emotional check-in. Let's talk about you. Things outside of you may differ than the way that you thought in your spirit that it should happen. But in your soul said, I definitely know which kind of way that you're supposed to be going. And it's going to be different than what you think. I made a joke about that on the playground experience. Please make sure you watch that on Friday, where we talk about a checklist. You have a checklist and Spirit has a checklist. Spirit has a checklist that you say, I want X, Y, and Z. Spirit looks at it and say, okay, take number 2 off, take 3 off. You're like, wait a second, nah, number 3, leave 3 there, because Can we talk about this? Can we compromise? You give your case to Spirit. Spirit say, okay, I'm listening. You know, of course, Spirit gonna be real understanding. Yeah, okay, yeah, and that makes sense. Okay, are you finished now? Yeah. Take 3 off. Oh, hell no. You know, like I said, if I count it, no, take it off. But, take it off. You ain't ready for that. That ain't the direction we want you to go right now, okay? So, again, you have to take it off. And, again, they're right now what they want is their checklist to match up to be with yours, okay? So this is an interesting thing that they want you to understand, that again, things might differ, and you've got to keep an open mind about it. Getting to know each other. Get to know inside of yourself, the emotional side, your inside energy, and how you're expressing it on the outside, because these things is got to match up. Just like I said about me with the school thing, stuff was not matching up. It just wasn't matching up. I was like, I want to, I don't want to, but we're not in alignment with that. And then understanding also about the religious factors as well. I need to clarify for that. Religious factors, again, what are you doing over and over and over again that is causing you to stay in this rut? I talked about that on the playground experience. I believe it's almost like a needle on a record, an actual album. You got 8 tracks on there, 8 tracks on there, 8 songs on there, and you still playing that same track number 4 that is your favorite. And Spirit is like, it's other songs on there too as well. Plus you're going to drive a groove right into that album until, like, when you get to that, it's going to skip, it's going to be messed up. So you have to understand that, again, these things, these religious things that you do over religiously, habitually, are causing the problem for you to bring it down. Second thing, that's another way of looking at it from a spiritual or aspect or metaphysical aspect. Also watch that, again, that you are religion, like, what kind of things or religious beliefs is stopping you too, that's causing you exhaustion? Like, no, I'm not going to do this because the Bible says. No, I'm not going to do this because it says my religion or my church believes X, Y, and Z. Or no, I'm not going to do this because that. Because sometimes these beliefs, you got to remember, this is twin flame. Twin flame has a whole different rule book. And maybe that's why we ain't understanding than it has as far as in the twin flame world, okay? So you cannot apply things that you have done in the 3D and slap it on and say, slap out, and now I'm going to apply it to this. It's not going to work, okay? So again, you got to look at that and saying, how is that stopping you from you really becoming into your divinity? Because you being divine, you're going to create your own things. Every one of us is uniquely made and uniquely created. We're like snowflakes. We're all different. And like a lady had told me when I was in school and get in there, she said, I'm just like my mom said. She said, you just a special snowflake, because I had all different kind of situations, but I got up in there to get into school because it was for me. And so again, when things are for you, things will move much quickly. You'll come into your divinity and right on line with what Spirit wants you to do. This right now is saying, wherever you are, the exhaustion is stopping you from doing that because you're doing things religiously is stopping you to do that. Your belief system and some things is stopping you that because you're more so in the 3D and more so than checking in with your heart. This is for the divine feminine. So they're saying that in order for you to really truly become divine, and divine is really being able to let your higher self just take over and do things with ease. This is where you are. Okay, so you got to check that at the door. Let's look again at the divine masculine energies. What do they say? Clear. For the divine masculine, it says, in your energies, what you talk about and you feeling is going to happen very soon. Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. So it seems like, again, once you are in line, your divine feminine energies, get out this exhaustion or get out of this, whatever it is feeling that you're following religiously, doing the same thing over and over again, and really get on board to understand, hey, some things has got to die like it is in the divine masculine energies to create that forward action. Things are going to be forward moving very soon. Think about K-Moon. K-Moon said the divine feminine energies is in the lead. You are, I call it in the lead, but the divine feminine energies is in the leader. It drives everything. That's the soul within, soul without. We say that all the time. But what that means is what's going on inside is going to be able to drive what's happening in your world on the outside. So the same thing is even in your divine twin flame connection. If the divine feminine is feeling exhausted and like this, look like she like, I can't go not another step, then guess what? The connection is going to say, I can't go another step. So that's why they say you got to clearly decide. Get some energy from somewhere in your divine feminine energies to go on ahead so we can lead and move, drive this thing forward in our divine masculine energies. Engagement right here. So it says your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. Okay, so you are getting ready to commit to go to the next level. But in this picture, just like here, if you sitting here saying, ooh, I'm kind of tired, I didn't get enough sleep, I don't know if I could do this, and the divine masculine energies look like he's like, well, I'm kind of this, he playing around with your hand. He look like a person like, I'm kind of really waiting for you to decide what we gonna do, because I'm ready, but I'm going to sit here in this place. He toying with her hand, yeah, he's playing with her hand. And she's like, I'm just kind of here. It's really, what's underneath this? Oh, this is a handkerchief. She's been playing with, she's been creating something. Okay, he's got a book, so that means to be in the divine masculine energies has really truly been studying too, creating, communicating too as well. And she's got her hat. But don't look like that hat belongs to, that book might not belong to her. It belongs to him. To her. Because it's near her hat. So again, you're ascending, you're going to the next level in this. But again, the divine feminine energies is thinking. So we got to get that again. So the divine masculine energies is some ways in your actions. Divine masculine energies is going to have to find a way to engage, to go on ahead and make the effort. Because great love is worth taking the steps you got it to take. So divine feminine energies within us, in our divine feminine energies, you've got to get past that exhaustion. And you got to make forth the effort. Okay? Even if you feel like you don't know it, I think what Kiki said, you're gonna have to faith it until you make it. Not fake it, not fake, F-A-K-E. You're gonna have to faith it. Say, I'm just gonna move in faith. That's where your religious factors fall in. That's again, faith has to do with spirituality and in faith. So you got to go on ahead and just say, I'm on faith to make it. I don't know where I'm going, but I know I'm not going to stay here. If he's looking for me in my divine masculine energies about what's the action, what we going to do, boss? Sound like Green Mountain. What we going to do, boss? If your divine masculine is asking, what we going to do, boss? And the divine feminine energy is like, I don't know, I'm exhausted. We gonna have to have that inner dialogue to talk to get both of us in alignment. Okay, so that's what's going to have to happen. Okay, so we got to make the effort. All right then. So what does it tell us? Final thing. What do we have to do? Clear. For divine feminine, you got to move through your fear. You got to move through your fear. Move through your fear. That's pretty much evident right there. And for the divine masculine energies, speak your truth. Okay? Speak actually what you want to actually happen. I see they got a moon right here on her third eye here, which lets me know that you got to go past the illusions. Go past the illusions. Create something beautiful in your world. Be able to stop and smell the roses. To look and see about the beauty that's actually happening and occurring there. So you can be able to go on and sin and go in there. Understanding that as well. So this is where you are for your emotional check-in for yourself. Checking in and letting you know what's the divine feminine energies within you and the divine masculine energies, divine feminine energies in you and the divine masculine energies on the outside. Okay. All right. As always, stay uplifted, stay motivated, stay ascending. Namaste, Namago. Love you.